Alright gamers, we're back. We're back and we're figuring it out. I feel like, you know what, office is clean today. I cleaned it, I cleaned the keyboard, I cleaned the mouse, I cleaned the mouse pad, cleaned my desk, lit a candle. Like, my mind is as clean as a whistle now. I didn't say empty. Notice I didn't say empty. We did beat Ascension 2 last time. Ascension 2? I'm sorry. Oh, I like dark humor. What can I say? Let me see what we got here. Okay. Not my favorite. 24 damage? That's a little rich for my blood. Let's do it, man. How about a strike and a defend become an uppercut and a seeing red? I think it's pretty good. I'm not sure like how much I love uppercut, but to get it instead of a strike or instead of a defend, that seems nice. Great early upgrade target as well. Now hear me out. On my phone, sometimes if I'm doing a zone 2 ride on my bike, I'll put a stationary bike, not outside on the road, okay? Inside in my basement in the darkness. Don't tell people how I live. I've been rocking like some second wind wild strike rides. Wild strike adds wounds to your deck. Second wind exhausts them and gives you block for it. It can also, I'm gonna try it, man. It seems like one of those cards that if you learn how to use it right, could have like a disproportionately high ceiling. I'm gonna give you 2 vulnerability. For like when runs get a little harder. It also like, yeah, so like here's the bonus. It removed the strike from our deck so that on longer fights we won't see those cards as often. This is only going to do 17 damage. We need to, okay, that it stinks a little bit, but whatever. It also plays with a couple different things. Like if we get Feel No Pain again, which we did, then every time a card's exhausted, we get 3 extra block as well. Now we're leaning a little heavy into the synergy right now. What I would rather have, in all likelihood, moving forward, is like a 1 good attack that I could rely on. I guess I gotta do it like that. One like a Carnage or something like that, something in that vein. I don't want to take damage, so I'm gonna play a second wind to get rid of the seeing red, and then we take 1, which is fine. I'm trying to rebuild our HP a little bit from all the damage we took for getting the transformations. Elixir's interesting. Can I hit you with something? I sort of, well, I mean, I was gonna say early Searing Blow and upgrading it is just fun, but Wild Strike is a good attack. I don't know if I'd say it's a good card, but I think it fits nicely into the deck we got right now because we can exhaust our wounds for extra block. And we need damage, so I think there's something to like about it. Let's put it that way. I'm feeling pretty solid about the deck, man, to be honest with you. I mean, I think I would... I was just crunching the numbers. It's kind of like it's a waste of 1 energy, but it does mean we don't take damage. I'm trying to think much longer term. Like, I don't mind wasting 1 energy if we look at the fight not as like a series of turns, but rather like one major thing. Like our overall outcome now might be better by wasting the energy instead of spending all the energy but deliberately taking more damage in the process. And similar, I like a power through. It adds wounds, but we get to exhaust them later. That being said, I would still like to have more attack. We're a little bit block heavy, I think. And more than just being block heavy, we're like attack poor. This might be a long fight. Let's go ahead and pop the regen potion. Make space with the potions. I see I'm coming into this. I'm trying to be a little bit more. Take 5, heal for 4, maybe heal for more than 4 in the future. Sure. Because we heal for 3 next turn as well. This does 6 damage. Perfect. Perfect. I love it. We're getting more out of it. I'm trying to be a little bit more, what could I say, a little bit more creative about it. Like, could I kill you this turn? Easily, but I'm not taking damage. We might as well try to heal for that 1 extra as well if we can. And then we'll kill you next turn. And basically, you just anointed me, so congratulations for that. I mean, it is Ascension 3. Let's not go crazy. A body slam seems like it would pair nicely here. I feel like the body slam, it needs to be upgraded. We don't need to play a second wind. We could just play a bash instead. I'm actually realizing I kind of love... I'm going to go a little crazy on this one. I kind of love the fact that we have two big blockers that only take one card to play, so he doesn't get like super buff off of us building enough block. And like, it didn't take us 3 defense to get there. It only took us 1 card. That's crazy, man. Now, if I could just get you in range, like I think that was handled very well. This is very different than the way I used to play, okay? Non-attacks. The problem is we're going to end up with just strikes in our hand if we keep playing like Sever Souls and stuff. I do love a True Grit, but True Grit is common. I'm going to take this. True Grit is common. We'll get more. I would almost guarantee we'll get more. Give me a Feel No Pain. A Wild Strike is lethal on you. And then this is enough block. It seems like an interesting build so far. There is, and I'm sorry, I'm working backwards here. Would give us 3 block. Okay, just do that. There is a relic, right? Sharon's Ashes, that gives us 3 damage to all enemies or a random enemy every time we exhaust a card. That's an interesting idea. I'm just going to add an Iron Wave. It seems like an efficient card right now. And then let's start getting groovy with it. Whenever a card is exhausted, draw a card. It becomes cheaper. I really love the idea of taking Hand of Greed, though. And that's rare for me. I tend not to take, like, too many colorless cards. I just have, like, a bit of a blind spot. But just having an attack that does this much damage and has some potential upside. You're gonna think I'm crazy for this one? Take my Uppercut, man. When your HP is below 50%, gain 3 strength. I do think we're gonna want a free body slam so we can play it in, like, every circumstance. We have a bash coming, but I could also, like... I mean, I could hit you pretty hard on turn 1, man. I could hit you for 25 on turn 1. I don't think there's much reason to wait around when you're putting out those kinds of numbers. Now, I didn't want to draw a second wind here. Am I crazy to, like, pop this and then at least we get to exhaust the wounds? We don't get the value of the block, but not seeing the wounds again is worth something. Get Greedoed, and we could do 18 damage or we could do 16 damage. I will do 18 damage even at the cost of adding a wound. We're trying to strike a very delicate balance. Ooh, I hate drawing both of those on the same turn. We really want to split them up. But this, okay. Toxic Egg seems beautiful. I mean, brother, we got a great build for Impervious. If we add a Barricade to this deck, we got something serious going on. I think you play I was gonna play Impervious Sever Soul, but that's not how that works. We might as well do some damage. Like, Feel No Pain, then Sever Soul, exhaust 2 cards. We take a lot of damage. I think you just play Impervious Iron Wave. Like, the fight is likely to be so short, I don't think we need to play Feel No Pain. I know we could play Second Wind there, but if we draw the wounds, we draw the wounds, and that's my bad, but I felt like we're 1 strike away from finishing the job here. So, oh, and we're 1 Hand of Greed away from finishing the job, of course. Metallicize, I mean, there's a real temptation there for sure. I think pre-upgraded, I've got less resistance to taking it, but obviously we still want to do more damage. Let's upgrade our cards that do damage. Wild Strike in particular gets 5 extra damage and it only costs 1 energy to play. Now for you, I'm not too concerned about you. I'm going to save the Cultist Potion, I think. We have some big attacks. Not as many as I would like, but some. It's enough. I don't mind purging a basic defend from my deck to draw better attacks. And who knows, maybe better defense. I think you gotta embrace taking a little damage. We didn't even take any damage because of Metallicize, you genius! Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. We get some value out of an exhaust to begin with. You literally play Wild Strike. Play Second Wind and then Wild Strike. Totally fine. The math is mathing. Sometimes you just feel it, man. Now we do have a lot of wounds, but we have cards that purge the wounds. You'd have to draw them in order for that to come to pass, but the greatest impervious of all time. This would exhaust nothing. We have got a lot to work with here, though. I'll hit you with one of those. Just to get the vulnerability on you. This is more like it, boys. So as of right now, I feel like we got a pretty good thing going, and it's a little bit different, wouldn't you say? Like we're wound maxing, something I've rarely done in this game. So corruption is very, very good. Obviously, because people online keep saying it. I think we gotta take it. And then all of our skills will exhaust, which is good but bad. It's good because it gives us extra block and we play it for free. It's bad, obviously, because we will only be able to play them once. But on hallway fights, my inclination is that this is going to be overpowered. We do need draw. I guess you could do worse than Runic Cube. I really wanted to see some energy, but I guess corruption should solve like any energy problems we have right now. I think. We don't need to play an impervious. I see the value of it, don't get me wrong. I played it. I just thought like it basically gave us an ability to take no damage and also take one of these enemies out. This one's a little unfortunate, I guess. We want this, then we'll play this for block. Obviously, we'll take you out. You're going to end up doing some damage to us, so we'll just get to work on the other one that's going to be a little stronger, but no big deal. This is, I mean, we're happy to heal in between rounds. Sever Soul. Sever Soul means we can't play Hand of Greed. Any attack means you can't play Hand of Greed. Hand of Greed only does 12 damage. This does... Well, okay. I think it's a gimme. You play Hand of Greed, then Second Wind. And we've exhausted Corruption, which is actually fine. It might be nice to actually play some of our better defends more than once. It's not cope. Don't tell the people that it's cope, okay? They'll believe you. So what do we do now? Well, I think the dream is that we kill you with the Hand of Greed. It does 18 damage. My god. It's full of stars. I do love a shrug it off. I do love a shrug it off. It's draw. It's a skill. We're gonna need more in our deck if they get removed when they get exhausted. We have enough good defense. I think we could easily... but gaining extra strength. So that, let me look at the jacks here for a second. You'd lose 3 HP, gain 2 strength, and also draw a card. But without a way of regenerating our HP except for burning blood, I think it's easy to get hooked on it and then find yourself going down a bad path. If we had taken Reaper, it's a different story. But I think this is a transform 2 cards and dump 2 defense. Them becoming attacks feels nice to me. I will not be losing all my gold. You're going to have to pay the piper on this one, bud. Give me... start with the Distilled Chaos. Let's just see what we're cooking. Okay, I mean, you got lots of problems. I I mean, there's any number of things you can do. You probably... It's 25? Am I crazy if I, like... I know this is a rarity for... You probably can pop your energy potion, too, now that I think about it. And then, like, an impervious and a body slam kills you. And a strike and a hand of greed kills you. And then we just got this guy on 8 HP. Now, we spent kind of heavy on the potions, but still... I'm just going to kill you rather than wait for the second hand of greed. I think it's a little too greedy. More. I want more. 333 gold. No chemical X, really. Secret technique pre-upgraded? Like, to be able to pull a... What card am I looking for here? To be able to pull a second wind when we need it seems beyond good. Cut some basic strikes. I'm telling you, like, I'm a little bit in the weeds on this one. Because, I mean, the run is going great right now. But I don't know what's bringing it together. It's just working. This is kind of happening like semi-non-intentionally. I bought 2 colorless cards. That's a real, like, aberration for me. That's not common. Defense? Lots of defense. We got 18 damage coming out. Sounds good to me. I hate being weak for 2 turns, but it's okay. I mean, of course, we could power through. Well, you know... Yeah, no, this is good. Power through. We don't need to use Secret Technique, although we could use it at least to draw a Seeing Red. Okay, which is fine. And then you can power through. Shrug. Let's forget about Feel No Pain. We don't need it for this fight. Use a Sever Soul. Doesn't quite kill you, but... I'm telling you, a Barricade would go so sweet on this run. It would hit the spot. Now we're gonna have to deal with enemies again. This would have been a great time to play the Cultist Potion, but whatever. What's done is done, or whatever. Okay. We're doing it. This might be a little hot, but I think we got the right spirit. Power Through is free. Sever Soul is going to exhaust a bunch of wounds. Body Slam does 15. This does 9. You're dead. We gotta build some tempo to take out the Gremlin Leader, man. This is our turn. So we definitely... I mean, if anything, we want to... I mean... Okay, get him whipping around. The dream is to draw like a Body Slam. We can't even draw any more cards, man. There's no more... I mean, there's no more cards to draw. So what are you playing your Shrug It Off for? There's no need for it. We gotta pop the potion. I probably should have popped it before. We're stalling out. These are dangerous times, man. This is no joke. Okay, we should have tempo again, but he got stronger, so we got to keep your head on a swivel, I guess is all I'm trying to say. Sever Soul, let's just smack you. We're not popping an Impervious for no. He's summoning again. We got to kill these and what he's doing a heck of a lot of damage, man. You got to be weakened. We probably just have to go in on you right now. We got a shield cell and a Gremlin Wizard. We got to go in. Plus we got the strength upgrade. Where the heck... Tua is my Hand of Greed, man. Where's my Hand of Greed? Best attack. Not even doing that much. It's got to be this. This does 23, 30. This does 25. Hand of Greed next turn, please. Calipers from this boss would I'd be in a tizzy, man. Calipers. I would really love to see Hand of Greed. Okay, we tried. We tried. How about a Hand of Greed? How about a Hand of Greed? How about a Calipers? Pantograph? Okay, I'm not going to say no. Whenever you draw a status or a curse, I mean, this seems to be, like, very in keeping with what we're going for here, adding all these wounds to our deck. Maybe this is a key piece of the puzzle. I don't know. Again, it's a little bit different than the build I'm used to running. Let's get a better bash. And see what we're cooking up here. Early secret technique is kind of crazy. Like, what would we be looking for? Something that plays off of Impervious. We'd probably just be looking for a shrug, man. It's okay. It's like, it's not horrendous. It's just not that impressive. I still think we got a good run. I think maybe, like, I'm not used to this scenario where, like, the last boss, or the last elite ruins our life. I'm used to him being one of the easier elites. And then there's no need. Don't play him yet. There's no need. There's no need, man. There's no need to play him yet. You only play them when it's relevant. You don't play it as a joke. Imagine if we had gotten fire breathing out there. It'd be a rough day for a guy like you. It would be. This is still some block. Now Hand of Greed comes back around. It comes back around. Next time then. I mean, so we could kill you. In all sincerity, I would rather not kill you. I would rather wait and get a Hand of Greed that kills you. Oh, no! My fire breathing! Okay. Free Shockwave is crazy. If we can afford to wait. I think our deck is getting a little too stuffed, though. That's just one man's opinion from how it's going right now. We're doing the elite fight. We are. Just like trying to find a way to make the first turn not be horrible. I don't know if that's gonna happen. We do have Pantograph though. Basically, you just gotta survive. Get those wounds in the deck. Absolutely. You'd love to see it, man. How about See Red? This is like perfect. Add wounds to my hand. Let's get some shrugs going here. How much? 29? We don't need any more. I'd love to do it for the draw though. Secret technique. You know what? Sounds crazy. I'd love to add 2 more wounds to my hand. Because every wound that we draw is like a free cleave. So I think the more of those you can shove in the deck, the happier you're going to be. Maybe. Exhaust all non-attack. It doesn't do anything. At least it gives us a little block, I guess. Oh, it doesn't exhaust. Shouldn't it have exhausted? It did exhaust. It being exhausted, shouldn't that give us... Oh, maybe I didn't play the one that it gives us... Oh, that explains it. That explains it, man. Whatever. We're due for a relic. That's the important part. Now you're all gonna pay? You're joking, right? You're joking that I can't kill you? Yes! I can't believe it. Fairy in a bottle and Regal Pillow? Incredible. I do feel like with such a thick deck, the headbutt helps. And we're about to heal. I'll be honest with you, if anything, I think we need more draw. It works with exactly what we're trying to cook up here. Remove some basic strikes. We'll rest. We have Pantograph anyway. That's why I didn't think we needed Waffle so much. Plus we got Fairy in a jar. You don't have to play Corruption yet. We could simmer and say like it's not the right time. We could play it later when we need the boost. We don't even need to play Power Through yet. There's no reason to play it unless you're going to be blocking. Now this turn, there's a reason for it, but let's see what we're cooking up first. I do feel like we almost need to play Hand of Greed every time it shows up, so go ahead and hit me a little bit. Let's at least get fire breathing out there before we wound max for no reason. Seems fine for now, but the faster we can take you out, the less buffs you're gonna get, obviously. Secret Technique draws nothing. Let's change that. Secret Technique, drawing something we're not gonna play, so draw a defend. And then clothesline him, pommel strike him. Now we can start wound maxing a little bit. Now, remember, follow the heuristic, man. This doesn't even generate anything for us. Yeah, we gotta play Hand of Greed when it shows up. We take 16 damage. Not ideal, but now we add some wounds to our hand. Quite a lot of wounds to our hand, actually. And then hear me out. Headbutt back. Second wind. Draw the wounds and then exhaust them. Add 2 wounds to your hand. Okay, how about create the wounds and then exhaust them? See, this is very not typical for me. I'm doing different levels of math that I'm used to. We still don't need corruption. Just take a turn off. At some point, we got to survive those like really, really heavy attacks. That's for sure. Headbutt me, bring back second wind. Then if we draw wounds, we exhaust wounds, and we get bonuses out of them both ways. Draw some more wounds, man. They didn't draw any more wounds. This would get rid of Impervious, which means we shouldn't do it. What we should do on this turn is Impervious, second wind. Is going to lose Secret Technique in a defend. I can live with that. But it creates a very, very nice body slam for us, I think, that was very necessary. It's a beautiful second wind, yet again. We really need the one that gives us damage when we exhaust the card. Draw would also be helpful, don't get me wrong. This kind of sucks. I think we need a clothesline and a shrug it off. This might get a little tight. That's only 28 damage, but it's more than I'd like to see. So now we're probably in corruption territory. We're going to draw a power through. We don't want to draw a power through. We want to have it next time. So let's play this one. Well, although we could set up a... You know what? Maybe we got to just go for it, man. No, don't play the shrug. Play power through. Play Iron Wave. We draw... Okay, in this case, we're not going to see it again before either he dies or I die. So now play it and go for the bigger body slam. And then we just need to draw 7 wounds to end your life. Not quite 7. Do we have anything? I mean, actually a Sever... but we don't have the energy base for, like, Headbutt to bring back Sever Soul, Pommel Strike. Okay. A Body Slam doesn't really do much for us here, so let's just see what we're cooking with here. That's pretty good. For keeping us alive, at least. And then I think, realistically, we probably do want to, like, Headbutt... either like maybe a Sever Soul, just because it can again get those wounds out of my deck. But I think we got him. It's becoming very clear to me that we would love to see. Doesn't quite get you, huh? We would love to see an energy relic. An energy relic would go crazy. Fire breathing is doing some serious work, man. So yeah, I would say offering makes a ton of sense. We need draw and energy. We don't have enough strikes and defense to really justify Pandora's Box instead of Astrolabe. Heal more at the end of combat. I think it's trying to stop yourself from circling the drain. I think you got to go for the Force Multiplier, man. There's a barricade, a demon form, and the power through. I mean, barricade alone was what we needed. Wow, we do not want to see this boss. That's you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, brother. Demon form is pretty solid. We did this, maybe that was the only order we could do it in, but it felt wrong. Okay, so we do have corruption. We have second wind. Second wind. You gotta imagine we expect this to be a relatively short fight. If that's the case, we want to play corruption. We didn't really need to play Impervious. Well, maybe it would. It's okay. Do we need to play an offering? We may not need to. And there is, like, there's a case to be made for it not being the right play. And I think we just made the case, man. I think we just made the case. I was just trying to see if we could draw Hand of Greed, but I realized, obviously, we don't need to draw Hand of Greed. Or we can't, because we played a Battle Trance. Okay, upgrade all cards you can no longer heal. That's pretty bad. 999 gold, 2 normality is almost interesting, but I think we got a very simple path here if we want it. You probably want to get... We could probably just do that. My whole game plan is basically like, we'll just kill you pretty quick. Like, this will do 25, you'll go to 72. That's a nice number to have you at. And then just do a lot of damage on this next turn. If this is as good as it gets, is as good as it gets. I can live with it. And then, I mean, our basic only goal here is for them to not both attack on the same turn. And I think, like, mission accomplished. We got some of the best Ironclad cards, and I have to acknowledge that the deck is, like, is working. Because we're not, I mean, we struggled a little bit against the second boss and a couple of the elites, but oh, hey, you drew Hand of Greed, brother. Wing the boots. It's not all bad. I'm not going to shy away from these early hallway fights, but it's not all bad. Probably want a Seeing Red. We do need some blocks, so why not? Let's indeed, you know what? Let's do an offering. More than anything else, we want to see Barricade early. It only costs 2. I would give it one more chance. Oh, we can't draw anymore. It's okay. Still a pretty good setup turn, I think. It was the next card. Well, let's see what Secret Technique can give us. Give us a power through. I think you slow play him, man. I'm sorry to say it. I think you slow play. I don't think you go for the wombo combo against this guy. I just think it's like it's not necessary. Like, big block, exhaust as many cards as you can, and then you're dead. And that was like a perfect fight, man. I do love a disarm. It's a way to claw back some strength from the boss as well. Because we're going to be giving him a lot of strength, unfortunately. Well, Seeing Red, for sure. Not taking damage is OP. Let's play a Metallicize and the Hand of Greed. I think we're locked in. I don't know if this is an A20 worthy run, but we're not on A20. We're on A3. We're experimenting with it. We're just studying it. You know how dogs is and all that. This is going to suck. We have, like, no means of creating block. So, I mean, I could create 7 block by getting rid of Demon Form, and I may / did actually do it. I'm gonna bring back a Hand of Greed just because it does a lot of damage. And let's see what we're cooking up here. If possible, I would really prefer not to play Offering. I'm gonna err on the side of we're better off playing it. And even just a Barricade. Well, like Corruption means we can't play Barricade. It would set up a pretty sweet body slam though. Secret Technique, not so good. This does 14 damage. Get you lower. We're gonna be okay. We're rolling over 6 block is not that bad, man. It's a start. It's not that good, but it's a start. I'd love Battle Trance to give me Barricade. No Barricade. Okay. We'll run some exhausts here. Exhausting an Impervious for 7 block has to be some kind of like IQ test, but whatever. We did damage with the wounds, we removed the wounds, we add the wounds, we use the wounds to destroy the wounds, etc., etc. This is now where we're in now. So act like it. And every wound we draw, the wounds kill you. The wounds kill, like fire breathing is our win condition, which is like kind of sad. Or maybe it's kind of awesome, I don't know. What do I know about this stuff, man? Take me to the campfire, that I do know. I mean, shuffle your discard pile into your draw pile. And then drawing the wounds faster. Like, I can't believe I'm even saying this stuff, but it sounds true to me. With Barricade, that 1 extra block may add up. Am I crazy, man? Like, why not? You gotta use the winged boots for something. Now, should we fight an elite? Yes. Because we have Fairy in a Bottle. It just makes sense. We're also probably going to get a potion. No, not yet. We're probably going to get a potion just for doing this fight. So let's use one. And if we have to use the other, that's okay. This is definitely going to be an unoffering type situation. We need the tempo. What do we want to see? We want to see Barricade. One thing we can do, we can shrug. If we don't get Barricade, which we didn't, you can Secret Technique a deep breath. Probably want to, like, play like a power through. I'm not worried about where the wounds end up, to be honest. We're not going to be able to play a Barricade now, so you don't want to play a deep breath. Do we want to exhaust? I don't mind exhausting these cards. It seems like a waste to exhaust them without having played Barricade. I don't know what I'm hoping to draw here. I'm hoping not to. Well, okay, then give me something we don't want next turn. We don't want to see a disarm. I'm not that concerned about a disarm. Now we do 46 damage with this. You get out of my face. We are still going to take a hit. We've shuffled our wounds back into our draw pile, though, which is potentially kind of important, I think. We're going to need a power through. We're going to need a max win. You do 34. I'm not even sweating that, man. We'll leave you right there. Seems like a dream come true. You're still doing 32 damage. You ever considered, like, getting a life? Or is that, like, just not possible for someone like you? Holy cow, saved? Stop attacking for 1 turn, please, so I can rebuild my block. You refuse? You refuse? The churlishness, man. Huge body slam, though. I mean, we have to, man. You have to. Okay, now we own you. And it was a bit touch and go for a minute there, but now we definitely own you. I mean, I have 89 block. This is a cancel Christmas situation for sure. Oddly smooth stone, pretty good, man. We probably want to hit the shop. Whispering voices. I hate to do it. Kind of. Yeah, I have no idea. Not a power is probably the answer. I'm happy with the curses, though. We have a lot of expensive cards, and we didn't get an energy relic. So I think we made the right decision there. We could, like, does he generate? I think he generates block, right? The final boss here generates block. Don't say OMG he does, okay? But I think in phase 2, he might generate some block every turn. Second wind. Disarm me with the smile. We played Barricade, which means we can play Corruption. Because we'll be getting some value out of it. Now, it's not... It doesn't exhaust itself. Oh, it does exhaust itself because... Okay, right. It doesn't really matter, but... Okay, now we're cooking. I mean, like, look at this block. Madness hits a Wild Strike. Something I can live with. I think we do want to Sever Soul. Like, we love to draw the wounds, but if we can use them to generate, like, some permanent block, like, that's kind of sick, too. Or some persistent block, at least. At some point, we'll play Fire Breathing, and then there it is right there. And look at this. We're getting stronger. We're getting stronger still. How about a quick little deep breath? Draw some wounds. Not interested? What's going on here, man? I've gone infinite. All we need to do is wait for our body slam now. Oh, you piece of junk. I really didn't have you? Or your car? Ridiculous. You're probably, I was just going to say you're dead to wounds anyway, but... Heavy Blade is kind of a finisher, but we're not that interested, I think. And we are interested in a potion. We're interested in a dexterity potion, mayhaps. And this was a smooth run, man. 42 minutes. So, you know, I was like... I was in the mix. But still, I feel like even though we play a lot of powers, we have a good shot here. And we don't have to play our powers. That's the difference between me and you. Best thing you could get early, offering. We know we're gonna pay for it anyway. We might as well pay for it now. We do want Barricade. We don't need Corruption. But by playing Barricade, we can then play Impervious. We can play Madness. We can then play Metallicize. I know it makes you stronger. We can easily play a Shrug. See where it takes us. We can easily play another Shrug. We can easily play Feel No Pain. You could power through, but I'm going to stall you. I'm going to do some damage to these guys because I want to take them out. And don't discount the utility of Letter Opener, man. Did you see Letter Opener popping off there? We love Fire Breathing. I understand the risk, okay? I do want to disarm you. I think we can wait on it. Let's take you out. We got to take you out at some point. Let's take you out now. Exhaust all non-attacks. You're just going to wait on that. You know what you do? Headbutt. Bring back power through. Draw power through. And then we can't play second wind. We could play power through exhausting. So no, that's not very smart. Let's play another Wild Strike. We got Fire Breathing out there. So there was an energy problem. That's my bad. Let's Deep Breath first. We don't have to play Demon Form. You can, you don't have to. It's still not Corruption time. It's still not Corruption time. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. It's not Corruption time yet. You're getting it twisted. We have to stall on corruption because then we'll have no blocks left in our deck for the entire fight, and I can't make that work. Ideally, I'd love to play disarm after you enter the next phase because it seems like we're handling this phase okay. Now this is just a goated setup right here. We would exhaust the disarm in doing this. Okay, honestly, I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm not willing to exhaust the disarm. I think the disarm is very valuable on phase 2. So I'm willing to be patient. Plus, who cares, dude? Who cares? If we draw more wounds, that's just more damage dealt to this guy in the long run anyway. Please bring back a second wind, though. Because I would love to make a wound, draw it, do 10 damage, and then exhaust it and generate some permanent block. So, add some wounds to my hand. How about a secret technique? How about you add some more wounds to my hand? How about I exhaust them all? Oh, corruption. Goodbye. That's all. I don't think we need it. I think we're building up like 999 block, and then we're hitting you with the like ye old frickin' body slam, man. We got 179 block. You're cooked. You're cooked. Put a battle trance on top. I don't even know because then it's going to shuffle. So I guess it didn't matter, but always play it. The more wounds, the merrier, man. We have 142 block in reserve. Shrug me. We're literally just looking for battle or a body slam. It exists, man. It exists. Don't get it twisted. There it is. I would power through just because it's more block. I'm not going to second wind. Listen, buddy. You should second wind. You don't need the disarm. You have 233 block. All right, fair. You got me with that one. We probably don't need to... The -3 strength may not be relevant. But it's the principle of the thing, man. Oh my god, because you can body slam. I was going to body slam, headbutt, body slam, but that, obviously it just clears him in one. That was a really good run, and I'm proud of myself for experimenting with some cards that usually I would just look at and be like, we don't need them. But dude, 15 block for 1 energy is kind of insane. I understand it as a downside, but you can turn the downside into upside. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I'll see you next time. See ya!